Hello and welcome to CivilNet. Our guest today is Levon Isakhanyan, the head of the legal department of the Armenian Diocese of Georgia. We're going to speak with Mr. Isakhanyan about the incident that took place 2 days ago in Georgia. An attack against the Armenian Church and the representatives of the Armenian Church took place in Tbilisi, and it escalated to a bigger conflict. Levon, can you please explain us how did this start and how did this take place?
Sure. Thank you, first of all, for your attention. It started a lady which is living next to the Surb Ejmiatsin Armenian Church in Tbilisi in Avlabari district. She had her car parked next to the church, and she couldn't, according to her, she couldn't maneuver with her car because the priest's car, Termanuk's car, was blocking, according to her way. And actually, then in 2 minutes, her husband arrived with another man, and then he sat at the lady's car, and then after that he pronounced some, bad words towards Armenians, and our representatives, they just said, why are you saying these words against Armenians? And then he said, okay, so you are cool guys, then come with me. And then he started shooting these bad words against the representatives of the church, against our clergymen, and against our staff members, etc. And then then when we went there, we witnessed this situation, and then we decided not to become involved in all this provocation, and then we wanted to get out from there, but then when we returned to our church, in 1.5 hours, in 2 hours, he mobilized a large group of almost 50 persons who came to the street next to the church and started fighting with and beating the priest and the staff members of the diocese, and also some of the parishioners, because at that time we had a baptism ceremony in our church. And so it happened this way, and after that the police arrived, and we asked the police to take into consideration all the factors, all the circumstances of the case, and they said that at that stage they were going to start the investigation as a hooliganism. But we said, sorry, but you have to take into consideration that from the very beginning, this man, he was using hate speech, and he was using like improper words against the ethnic identity, against the ethnicity of Armenians, etc. And now we are waiting for the outcome of the investigation.
Levon, as far as I understood, this is you're trying to defend your rights on the grounds that this is a violation against minority rights or minority identity. I want to ask you another question. Is this way of problem solving familiar to the Georgian society in Tbilisi or in Georgia in general, or they were more encouraged to solve, in parentheses, this problem this way because you were more vulnerable being from a different background, from an ethnic minority in Georgia. What do you think?
So first of all, it's crucially important to keep in mind that in any state, including Georgia, anyone has to always keep in mind that there are the law enforcement bodies acting in this state, and if anyone considers, if anyone thinks that his or her rights were violated by somebody, they have to go to the law enforcement bodies and to ask them to defend their presumably violated rights. It is not correct if you mobilize a huge group of persons and they come and they start beating the clergymen, the staff members of the minority religious community, etc. What could have been correct is if they considered that their rights were violated, and for this reason they were coming to, let's say, resolve the issue, they had to go to the law enforcement bodies. They had to go to the police and to ask the police to defend their rights. Why did they come to the church? Why did they come to the church during the baptism ceremony? Why did they come to the church and they started beating the priest? Why did they come to the church and they started beating the staff members of the diocese? Why did they come here and they even some of our parishioners became victim of all this situation? Why? This is the most important question. Why did this person decided to use improper language with regard to Armenians 2 hours before this incident? This is the most important, especially this is the most important for states like Georgia, where different ethnic and religious communities coexist next to each other, and where we have these large minority communities which need to be even more integrated within the common Georgian political let's say, socium.
Levon, I want to ask you if you think that there are any instigators, what kind of instigators that might be in this conflict. We here sitting in Yerevan, we see we are worried that this problem can be escalated and can be an issue in Georgian-Armenian relations. Do you think that this problem can reach to that level? How can this problem be solved? We know that Georgia has commitment in front of the European community, in front of the international community, in order to preserve minority rights, human rights. In what frame do you think that this problem can be solved?
So first of all, I believe that this is in the interests of our state, of Georgian state, to resolve this issue. This is very important for our state, for civil cohesion in this state, to find the organizers of all this, because such kind of cases, they are extremely important in a larger context, and they can be used also both as for the further escalation of interethnic relations, as well as for the promotion of equality and promotion of real democracy in any state, and including Georgia as well. What is important here, we have to wait for the outcome of the investigation, and we have to also pay particular attention to who are the organizers of all this situation. Today, just 2 hours ago, the members of the same group, they came to next to our church and they started protesting against us, saying, why do you give an ethnic connotation to this situation, etc. So as we can see, they are the law enforcement bodies, they have much to do in this situation, and we are ready to support them in fulfilling their obligations.
Levon, we know it has been a very hard day for you. Thank you for giving us the time and providing us with this information. We wish that a fair and just investigation takes place, and we're sure that you're going to defend your rights. And
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us time, and thank you for following us on CivilNet.